Welcome to the Spiritual Connection Podcast. I am your host, Jill. In this podcast, we're going to be talking about your energy, their energy, manifesting, mindset, creating high vibrational healing for you, body work, the importance of massage and self care, and much, much more. Let's get rolling. I am so excited and honored to welcome Odelia Elgarat out of Colorado. She is joining us this evening to talk about her journey through writing and how this journey through writing helped heal her body, mind, and spirit. Hello, Odelia. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, hello. Thank you for having me. I'm so
So
excited.
pleased, so pleased that you're here. So we chatted a little bit about your business earlier on the phone, and I was very intrigued by your story. You have gone through some traumas in your life, and the writing through the trauma helped you really heal and overcome. So I want to definitely dive into that a little bit for the listener. Writing is a powerful healing agent. Yeah, it really is. Creates expression, right? And it gets those emotions out and on paper. So let's begin with kind of backtracking in your life
Okay.
to your childhood. I want to learn more about you as a kid, kind of what hobbies you enjoyed back then, what were your interests, the life before the life towards your healing journey. So
Okay.
let's start there and
Okay.
share where you
Perfect.
came from.
Yeah. So I came from Paris, France. I grew up there with my family, and I was always interested by writing, reading, and art. Um, I spent most of my time in museum, libraries. Yeah, was yeah. My time was just reading, 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 writing. So
Yeah, so
yeah,
you had this passion at a young age to learn and express yourself.
yeah, I needed that. It was for me. So I've always been a big dreamer, and I had a lot of imagination. And I was always told that I was dreaming way too much and way too big, and I have too much imagination. So I needed to focus on the right and real thing. And so for me it was really hard. So I find that place of writing to do whatever I want, to say whatever I want. It was my safe place where I could be whatever I wanted. Like I felt weird, different, and lonely, and all kind of stuff. So writing was really freedom for me. It was my place. So,
I love that. So therapeutic.
yeah,
That you can be whatever you want to be
absolutely.
on a piece of paper, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And
That's wonderful.
the piece of paper is so funny because the piece of paper will never tell you, oh my gosh, this is so bad, stop dreaming, you know? So,
Exactly. No judgment there,
no
right?
judgment.
Just
No.
you letting it
Yeah.
flow. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. I love that. There's such power in that, and a form of identity even, and you are a writer. You are expressing yourself in your unique way that feels good for you.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing. So let's kind of talk about when you moved to the West. Can you share that story why you came to the West?
Oh, wow. So I moved to I visit so many places, and I always love to move and travel and go everywhere and learn more languages and culture. And so it really was with my parents at some point, and then with school, and then with my first husband. And so after visiting a lot of places in Europe, I moved to Israel. And it was because my parents actually, we lived there for 4 years in a super amazing place in the mountain in near to Jerusalem. And so I really, really wanted to go back there. And when I met my husband in Paris, my ex husband in Paris, I'm like, okay, I'm going back. But the big dream was to come to uh, the United States. So I already knew from a super young age what I will do. Uh, um, After some years, I forgot about everything, but uh, I did it. I did Israel for a few years with my ex-husband, and then I came here with my current husband.
Mhm. What interested you in about being in the United States?
Oh, it was just I had a lot of cousin in France that were always saying they were going to New York a lot, traveling to New York a lot. I was then like 10, 11, and they were like, "Yeah, we speak English. We went to New York, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I need to do that too at some point." So I wanted to go back to Israel because I was there when I was young, and it was really a good experience for me. It was really amazing. But I knew that I will go to Colorado. I didn't know it was Colorado, but yeah.
Did you live
Just to,
in New York for a while first? No?
no, no.
Interesting. So you just happened upon Colorado. Do you have any family here?
So my husband is working here, and when I met my second husband, um, I told him I don't want to stay in Israel. I want to move. And I said, wherever you want, I don't mind. And one day he called me from Colorado and he say, do you want to move to Colorado? I'm like, yeah. I didn't know what is Colorado. Like, what is, where is Colorado? But I knew he was in the United States. I'm like, okay, good. So it was just a dream I totally forgot about. Actually, I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Sometimes you don't have the energy or the time to remember your own dream.
Mm, yeah, that can happen. The energy part, especially.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, you love it. Do you like it here?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. We were supposed to stay for 4 years, and we decided we had enough of moving. Like I said, my husband and I, not to separately, we were traveling a lot. I was traveling mostly in Europe, and he was traveling everywhere else. I don't know, so I don't have the whole list, but we were traveling a lot. And after moving here with 4 kids and a dog, I'm like, no, thank you. I think it's time to stay somewhere. So we stayed.
Well,
Yeah.
super happy you found roots here. It's a
Yeah.
good place to be. So
Yes.
beautiful. The people here are great. The weather's great. We
Yeah.
don't want to tell too many people that, though, do we?
Yeah. Yeah. No, we are super. I'm really grateful to be here. It's really, really good.
So tell me about when you got the call to do your healing work that you do.
Oh, wow. It's so interesting because it actually started when I was so young, and it started actually with the same time I started writing when I was really young. I think it was 10, maybe before even for the healing part. So it was something that it was really part of of being me. It wasn't something I did a lot of class and all kind of stuff, reiki master, healing, and energy healing. And I did so many classes, but it's really something I developed really early. And I think it was because I'm super sensitive to a lot of things. So my parent always say you are too sensitive, you are feeling too much. So I'm like, yeah, okay, never mind. But so it started with the writing, and then it was interesting because the writing, I was actually, I disconnected from the writing and the healing part, and reconnect with that when I met my husband. So I
The second,
reconnect
your
with,
second husband that you moved here with?
yes, yes,
Ah,
yes,
okay.
yes,
Okay.
yes. I reconnect with that when I met him, with the writing and the healing. First with the healing,
Okay.
and then with the writing. So
Yeah. Wonderful. The energy work is really great to help you just open up and kind of get clarity in on the writing. Do you think it helps?
I think that, yeah. So what I created, after coming back, to both writing and healing, I decided to just connect both things,
Yeah.
because, since it's part of who I am, even though I did a lot of class and program and I learned so much and I have so many certification about, like, really a lot of them. And um, I really believe that it's part of who I am. And so during my writing journey of my first book, I really felt like it was really giving a voice to my inner truth, and really being connected with myself, and having that voice from inside, like, it was really, 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 really amazing. And that story took me to a journey. And yeah, a long journey, an interesting journey. But I really just follow the manuscript. I follow the story. I'm like, okay, I trust that process. And I'm like, I know it sounds a little bit weird, but my story, my manuscript took really, um I don't know how to explain that, but it became really energy. It's energy. And that energy took me wherever I needed to go to heal. And whenever I wasn't like, I'm going to write about that. I'm a poor little woman. I want to talk about my adoption because I'm so frustrated and sad and mad. And I want to talk about my mom, and I want to talk about my biologic mom. And when I started writing, really something really amazing happened. All that energy, all that insight, and I just follow that. And and I just wrote something connected to my mom and my adoption. But my manuscript took me somewhere else, and I listened. So some people said it was. Everyone is describing that as something else. Someone said it could be an angel, it could be a lot of I don't know, an energy of, I believe in everything. So I don't mind. But it took me to the places I need to heal, and I
Mm,
did. So
beautiful, beautiful. Let's talk a little bit more, go a little deeper into the meaning behind your story. Can you talk about your book and share that with the listeners and kind of give us a rundown of what your book is about?
it's about finding a sense of belonging. uh, I grew up with the sensation of, I grew up with that sensation of being weird, different, and all the stuff I talked before. But one day when I was, I think, 12, pretty sure ish, I was at the doctor, and I was always sick. And my dad took me to the doctor, and the doctor asked about my infancy and about all what was going on with me since I was a baby. And my dad just answered in front of me, I don't know, she was adopted. And I was like, okay, maybe it's a fever, maybe. So
Wow, that was the first time that you had heard that?
for me, it was the first time. For me, it was that,
Wow.
yeah, it
At
was
12
like,
years old.
what? Yeah, I think it was 12, something like that, 13. And for me, it was a big, 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 like, I don't know how to say that. I was like, just explode, like everything. And it was really hard. And so from that moment, I stopped with the writing, I stopped with the healing, I stopped with everything. I'm like, okay, now I need to know who I am because I'm nothing. I'm no one. And so I remember that few years later, I started just yelling and crying and telling really horrific thing to my mom. And I just lost it. I'm like, I don't know who I am anymore. And so from that moment on, I'm not sure when it actually started all that. Like, I don't care anymore about anything. I just want to know who I am. Like, sense of
Yeah.
belonging. I
Yeah.
don't. So I stopped everything and I started looking for whatever. and and I needed to, so I ran away and I did a lot of stuff. And this is actually where my book took me, to that place of running away and what happened. And it was really not, uh, it was really, really intimate what I share in that book, because I don't want to shock people and to say, okay, but I think that's what I needed to do for myself and for also for the readers to, okay, this is what it is. That's what I did. I'm not telling you to do the same. I'm just telling you go to anywhere you need in your manuscript to heal whatever you need to heal, because it's so profound and so deep inside of you. And we think we can just run away and just do, we're busy, we have a life, but it impacts us every day.
Mm.
And I ran away, and then I came back and everything in the book. But it wasn't my intention to go to that intimate and really hard stuff. But I really just listened to that energy, to whatever it was. I was channeling something through that writing.
Yeah.
And I think I know I ended up with a book, and I ended up also with peace and freedom and love and forgiveness.
Mm.
And the hard part was when I finished with that book. First of all, I learned first of all to let go of judgment. It was the first part. It was like, okay, when you write a book and you putting all the character and you putting it, like you're writing on where it happened and everything, and you put the details and you put, and then you have a new perspective of your own story.
Mhm.
Because when you were in the situation, when I was in that situation, I was in surviving mode. I was in a fight. I wasn't in a position I could think or understand or listen. I was just in that phase of, I'm so scared and I'm so lost and I can't even not listen or hear you right now. And so I think writing about that was so good because it took me back and it wasn't easy, but it gave me another perspective and it took me time to, okay, that's actually what happened and that's actually what they said and it's actually what, and of course people can say, oh, maybe it wasn't. I don't, but it gave me that peace, that let go of judgment and forgiveness. And the harder part was to forgive myself.
Yeah,
And
that is powerful stuff. And I'm so happy that you found an outlet, that was healthy for you to express that and get it out on paper
yeah,
and find the healing.
yeah,
So it's brave of you. So much courage to share your story and the pain and the vulnerability of what you went through and put it out there in the world. And so many people that read it will get a lot of value from that. and empowerment too. You
Yeah,
know, that they could do hard things too and scary things and overcome.
absolutely. Absolutely. You know what? It's really a good, even if you don't want to go that deeper, because I know not everyone is ready to go that deeper, but even to just go back a little bit, it's so helpful to uh, find your voice again. So,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I think there's a lot of power in journaling as well, you know, and just a daily jotting down of your feelings, your gratitudes, and just putting it out there in little pieces. If the whole book writing idea is a little overwhelming to tell your whole story and go back into that stuff, you know, just the day-to-day little jotting downs of some
yeah,
affirmations that are powerful for you, you know, maybe some ideas on things to write about later, you know,
yes,
the gratitudes of your day-to-day, what all the blessings that you have in your life that are
absolutely,
anywhere from a fresh cup of coffee in the morning to, a
absolutely.
mortgage that's paid off, like lots of things in the world to be grateful for. If you can pinpoint and sit and think on it and just write your list out, that is healing too, and in a way purging as well.
Yes. And I do believe that, and I do what I do today because of um, we are not writing and looking back to stay back and to be depressed. We are looking back to release. You know,
Right.
we are
Right.
looking back to let go and be in peace, in really, yeah, in forgiveness and love and respect. And I ended up really happy about my adoption. And believe me, it took me like 40 something year. I wasn't allowed to talk about my adoption, and the first time I shared about my adoption was not long time ago, like few years ago when I moved here. I was 43. Yes. And I'm like, first time I said that I'm adopted in front of people, and I was crying like, oh my gosh, this is so horrific. I'm adopted. And yeah, so I ended up with a book, and I find that I finally have that sense of belonging. And you know where I find it? I find it inside of me. I find it when I saw that book on my desk, and it was, you are allowed, um like finding the sense of belonging. It was just in front of me, and I'm like, wow, it's all the time it was here, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we need a guide to do that. So anyway,
Yeah, very nice. So tell the listeners again the name of your book.
you are allowed
Okay. And it is available. Where can someone buy it if they wanted to?
on Amazon. I want it's on Amazon.
Okay. And we can put the link below in the show notes for anybody that's interested in checking it out. So, the part of your business where uh, the legacy writing guide component of your business
Yes.
is where you help others to express themselves through writing skills.
Yes. I
Can
want
you
to,
share a little bit about if if I were to come to you as a client and I
yes.
said, I've had this trauma and I need to let it out, and writing feels like a safe way to do that. Can you help me?
Okay.
What comes next?
Okay. So first of all, I create a really safe place for anyone who wants to do that, because I know how scary it could be. It's scary, and we don't know how to start, and we are confused. It's a lot of feeling going on. So first of all, the first thing I will start is by asking you three questions. And the first, it's two phases. And the first one will be to just, with my guidance, to just get it out, everything, but with my guidance, like not everything on all your life, but the specific subject that you need to write about right now. And I know it's super confusing because you will say, I don't know. So I'm helping you and I can share a little bit if you want about that.
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, it will be the one feeling you have right now in your body. Not specifically you, but the listener, if you want to take a moment and just close your eyes and just
Mhm.
take a
Mhm.
really deep few and put your right hands on your heart and just feel. And you can put your hand maybe on your stomach or wherever your body needs to take that hand. And
Beautiful.
we all have that something, and whatever whatever you are receiving right now, like I'm feeling whatever, but it's something that move you, that move your body, that move your mind, your
Mhm.
soul,
Mhm.
you know. And when I was thinking about adoption, I was like so mad. It could be super happy, super excited, super it I don't want to put everything in little boxes and say this is good, this is bad. We are not doing that. It's all good, and whatever it is, it's welcome. We're just accepting that with love and without judgment, and it's a
Mhm.
safe place. We take that, the one who just move us so hard, and we know if we take a moment to feel and reflect on that, we know what we need to write about. But
Mhm.
I'm guiding through question and through music and through a lot of stuff that help you to reconnect with your senses,
Got it. Yeah.
because we
Yeah.
have.
Tap into those parts of you that might be buried pretty deep, right?
Yes, and we are using our senses every day, but we even don't remember. Like we even not, it's just okay, we're doing it. So I'm really using a lot of stuff to help you remember, help you feel, help you remember you have actually other senses you can use. You have creativity, you have so many stuff. I waking up, I'm like, okay, let's wake up a little bit, and it's working all the time. So first stage is just to know what we are writing about, and I'm guiding, and then we just putting everything out, everything, whatever you need, and we are not worried about editing or spelling or it's good, it's not good, there is not such a thing, no perfection, just everything out and connected with that. But I'm also all the way I'm guiding. And then the second phase is like, okay, we need a book now. We need a manuscript. We need to do it like a good book because that's what I do. So we start to do all the editing and what we are going to do with the book, if it's for you, for your family, for your friend, or for the whoever you want. So it's more like really writing tips, writing guidance, proper writing guidance. But I'm a healer, so every time I guide, I just have that. Uh, I don't know how to. Actually, people ask me, "How do you know? How did you know to ask me that specific question?" It's so weird. How did you know to send me that specific song? It was a song of my husband, and I'm like, you know,
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
process. I don't want
Yeah.
to be overwhelming because it's already overwhelming.
Yeah. It sounds like that energy healing part of your training comes into effect at that point to help you kind of really tap into the client and
Absolutely.
kind of help pull things out of them that
Absolutely.
they have a hard time verbalizing themselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's like I'm talking with their. It's so weird because someone told me that not long time ago. Actually, they said it's like you are talking with my soul. My soul. I don't say that in English. Sorry, my English is like my my soul, like inside
Soul,
my.
yes.
Thank you. And you are reflecting to me what you are, what is inside. You are just reflecting that to me, like you can talk with inside of me, and we are reflecting with your question.
Right. I love that. I love that. Really tuning in to help the person open up and really get expressive. Because sometimes trauma, like you need to get it out, but sometimes they've been stuffing it, for years and years, and the healing can happen, but they gotta dig all that up. And sometimes
Yeah,
it's scary and really uncomfortable to look at.
this is scary,
Yeah.
but I think the ways that I really created that healing and writing together, but I really don't use that, all that adjective I'm supposed to use, as a writer. Like people expect, like I'm like, first first phase is like all good. Everything is good. Don't assume it's bad. Don't assume it's just good. It's all good. We need just to take it and just be grateful.
It sounds like a really rewarding career path, that you could give and like help the healing process with your clients really get it out of their body. There's so much damage that could be done if you just keep it in there, and given the line of work that I'm in with healing and tissue work, I feel that in people's muscles, right?
Wow.
The traumas they've been through, the stories that they stuff, the pain, the grief, the anger, whatever's going on that they don't want to look at, stuffing is the best option. It's the easiest, right? Because you got to just keep going. And the way that I do it is through tissue manual work coaching, where I open up those energy pathways for things to come out and move, right? And maybe in those sessions, people go home and write about their experience. Every little bit of healing that people get through different people that do this work is so important to get them to be on the right path of wholeness, right?
Yeah.
And feeling good about the rest of their lives and moving, like living in the present and in the future rather than the past, right? This
Yeah.
writing takes, does it help, at least for you, when you wrote this story? It sounds like it helped you heal from the past and
It
just
helped
stay
me.
present and move forward.
Yeah, and it's also change my relationship with my kids, especially with my daughter, my oldest daughter, yeah, and it changed my marriage. It saved my marriage. Um, I changed I had to let go of my friend and have new friend because I had new boundaries, and I have self-respect, and I know to be with the right people, for me, because maybe
Mm-hmm.
for you, right people for everyone is different, but respectful people, let's say. And for me it's really, really, really a big change, because if yeah, it's like a really big change for me. So yeah, so
Yeah. Yeah.
it's really for a better life, a better, for my business. It's really changed my life. Like if you met if you had met me like few years ago, it was like, okay, nothing, so different. So yeah, so
Yeah.
for sure.
Transformational, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, like when you transform and you evolve, and there's an evolution in your energy where
Oh
your
my
new
goodness.
baseline is higher vibration than those people in your past that kind of drug you down. Maybe they sucked your energy, right? Maybe they like to dump on you and whatever else. They didn't serve you or make you feel good, right? That transformation helps you to create better boundaries, right?
Yes,
Like I am no longer in this cesspool of misery and
absolutely.
victimization. I'm moving
Absolutely.
forward. Therefore, I'm going to attract different people in my life that are on that same path,
Yeah.
right? That are evolved or have it figured out even better than me, right? And I want to attract those kinds of people. And when you transform and do healing work, people from your past do fall off.
Yeah.
And it's
By
like a
themselves.
shedding of the old version of you, right?
By
And that is
themselves.
it's healthy because you're going to open up doorways in energy to bring in those other folks that can relate to you, that do the
Yeah.
same kind of work, that are working on themselves, right?
Yeah.
All the
Yeah.
time.
All the
And
time.
and you have better alignment with those folks now,
Yeah. Yeah.
than
Uh,
you did with the other ones in the
yeah.
past, right? Before you
Yeah.
started this journey. It's so awesome.
I really believe that also writing can answer any question you are looking for, or and really you said something really interesting, because we need to move on. We are in a hurry. We are, but I really think, like, where are we running? Like, where? Like, it's like, I don't know. We cannot run away from ourselves, right? It's
No.
impossible. And so I think I deserve to sometime slow down. And I think all of us, we all deserve to just take time and just for a moment take the time. And yeah, what do you want? Think about that. What do you really want in your life? And what do you love? And it's so important, because really in writing we can find out that. And I do have so many way of doing that, but one of the best I love, it's like, instead of writing about you feeling, write to you feeling.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, it's
Like a love
amazing.
letter, like a love letter to your feelings.
Yes. And
I
so
love that.
yeah, so I created a workshop when that's what we do. So again, we are like feeling and touching and smelling stuff and eating chocolate and doing all kind of really amazing stuff, and then we are writing to one feeling, and after the first letter we are writing another letter, and at the second letter we find solution and answer to the first letter. So it's really crazy, and all the time it's working. So people are like, okay, but of course they need to decide if they want to do it or not. Like, we sometimes have the answer, but we are not ready, or it's not the right timing for us. So,
Yeah, you
so
got to be
write a
ready.
letter to your feeling.
Yeah,
Right.
I love that technique. Yeah. That seems like it would be a really safe way to kind of just gently let stuff go, and not have negative self-talk about yourself, right? You're loving on that feeling and shifting the energy to something productive that will make you feel better.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Are there any other little helpful tips that you have that you do with your clients to help them kind of tap into that storyline and kind of feel like a comfortable way of expressing themselves?
Yeah, I think I always tell them to um write without judgment, without editing, and without, like, no editing and not no delete as the first step. First step is just write whatever you want. Don't
Mhm.
delete, don't edit, don't, just take the paper and put it on the paper. And my first manuscript was really, really just the F word and the B word and and I was so mad. I put everything on the paper. So just put whatever you want to say, because it's totally okay, and no judgment. Seriously, just start writing. It's freedom, guys. Freedom.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a start to the freedom. For sure. I love that. I love that. So, I want you to share with the listener your websites and anything else that you might want to share around your book and anything
Yes.
else.
So I want to share the right title, because it's You Are Allowed, a story of finding where you belong, not where you began.
Love
So
that.
I belong in Colorado. And so my website is www.odeliaelgarat.com. So it's ODELIAELGARAT.com. And you can find a lot of interesting stuff. I have different programs, different membership, everything from really short stuff to really long. So it's really depending on what stage of your writing process you are. If you're just starting, I love it. For me, it's just exciting to be at the beginning of the journey. I'm also have a free gift. If I can share my free gift.
Absolutely.
So I have a website. It's one page. It's a free gift from Odelia. So free gift. One sentence. From Odelia, ODELIA.com, and you
Okay.
can find that. It's 1 month for my membership. It's a free 3 months. You can come and join us. It's a really amazing community, a safe place to share your story, your writing, whatever you need. So,
I wanted to speak on on a little bit more on your website because you do public speaking as well,
yes, yes,
correct?
right.
Yes. So talk on that for a minute.
Yeah.
What do you speak on? What's your signature speech about?
I speak about the transformative power of writing, and I speak about what happened to me with writing, how exactly it changed my life, how I thought for a long time that okay, I fixed that, everything okay, I can move on. But I discovered that we always have a new story, a new struggle, a new life, you know. So I just take the story, reflect on it, and write on it, and let go, release, and reverse. But yeah, I share a lot of part of my first marriage, and yeah, and the transformative power of writing, and yeah, I love it.
Very nice. Very
Yeah,
nice. Is there a place where they can find your speaking? Do you have anything posted?
actually, I'm speaking in November, but I can send you more details if you want.
I'm
Or,
looking on your speaking page here.
or
So
really? Ooh,
OdeliaElgarat.com is your website. And then
yes,
on there, there's a speaking tab.
yes.
You can
And
find
also there is my email, and my email is also ODELIAELGARAT at gmail.com.
okay.
So anyone who wants to share a story, I will love, love, love. I love stories. I started interviewing people for stories like when I was so young. And actually, I'm so happy I had that opportunity to go back to that and connect all the stuff I love to do together. Yeah,
Wonderful. Well, I really appreciate your time
thank you.
and sharing your story, and the transformative power of writing, folks, is very therapeutic. To get your feelings out on paper. It doesn't need to be even published or shown to anybody, but just the expression of what's inside, getting it out, whether it's a trauma story or whether it's something you really want, like an affirmation of your future, right? Is also very healing, like writing down a goal, right? A short term goal, long term goal, and working on the manifesting behind that with positive elevated emotions can be very healing as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
get the vibes up, and the smiles on the faces, and feeling
Yeah.
good all
Oh,
around.
I'm doing with my client a lot of different writing. Yeah, it's really a lot of stuff. So I love more like to have people reach out and to listen. And when I listen, I know what they need. instead of just, I have that, I have this, I have this, I have that. It's way too much. It's too overwhelming to have so many programs for people. Sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, this is too much. So I love to have a 20-minute free conversation, and just talk and just listen, and then propose whatever I think it's better for people to have. I love to have a free Zoom call of 25 minutes to actually get to know you better, and to have that opportunity to hear your story. I love, love, love stories. And then I can offer, propose a better fit for you for to start your writing journey. It's perfect.
Fabulous. Well, thank you very much, Odelia. It was a pleasure to hang out with you and get to know you
You.
so much better. For those of you interested, I will put Odelia's website link, Amazon link to check out her book, and her free gift link at the top of the show notes. And we'll talk with you soon. Have a good week. Bye bye. That's a wrap for today, folks. Thanks for spending the time with me. And don't forget to check the notifications below on my social media links, my YouTube channel with self-care and meditations, as well as my omshantihealing.com website, where you can get info on spiritual coaching and my online courses. And as always, if you do enjoy my podcast, don't forget to subscribe or sponsor below. We'll talk to you soon. Have a beautiful rest of your week. Bye-bye.